Story time about how my best friend assaulted me. Disclaimer, this is my story time. Do not repost it unless you want to get sued. Anyways, so I have this really good friend, and let's call her Jessie for the sake of the video. Jessie had been my best friend for 4 years. Well, me and her are still best friends, but she had been my best friend for 3 years, and this happened about a year ago. Okay, so, like I said, this happened, about a year ago, whatever. Anyways, about a year ago, I had a crush on her brother. I still do, and I'll say that now. But, yeah, I had a crush on her brother, whatever, didn't matter. Well, to her, it mattered big time. Keep in mind, this girl was savage. She didn't care what she did or how you felt about it. She was gonna do it. Like she did the meanest things. But, oh well, who cares? Let her know we're with now. I had to be a snitch about it, but, yeah, whatever. I had a crush on her brother. Well, I didn't take it that seriously. She did. She wasn't happy about it. So, the main problem was she'd make fun of me for it and threaten to tell her brother about it. He already knew, she just didn't know. Well, she knew, but she was like, oh, I'll just embarrass you about it. And, what type of friend does that? You know, Jessie, if you see this video, I'm calling you out. But, yeah, she tried to embarrass me about it and stuff like that. And she'd go and tell him fake facts about me and stuff like that. Well, until about 5 months pass, and I still like him. And, well, I lied. About a month or two passed, and I still like him. I still feel my way about him. Well, I had forgotten my shirt in her room, and, I set up a tent outside her room and stuff like that. I set up my tent, whatever. I had it set up outside her room, because, that's where I would sleep at night, because she had a sister. Let's call her sister Jamie for the sake of the video. And her brother, Jamie, or Jesse, and Jamie. Well, let's say, like I said, I had forgotten my shirt in her room. And I was like, Jessie, could you go get me my shirt? She's like, no, I'm busy. Well, then I just grabbed my bandit, the closest cloth near me, and I wrapped it around myself. Well, it didn't cover much, but it did, it did what it needed to. But, like I said, she didn't care how you feel about it or anything like that. This girl, crazy. I'll just say it right now. She crazy. Well, I grabbed it, wrapped it around myself. Keep in mind, say this is Jason's room and this is Jesse's room. They're directly across from each other. And I'm not sitting like this. No, they sit like this. These are the doors, flat equals, it's, y'all are looking at me, I'm the door. Well, their doors were like this, so facing each other. Anyways, I was naked in front of his door, and so, she was like, oh, I'll go hold it shut for you. Okay, so you have the time to hold it shut, but you don't have the time to go and get me my shirt? And something not adding up here. Well, anyways, she did her thing. She held the door shut until I was directly in front of his room. That's where she grabbed the door. That's where she like had the handle, because she was like, oh, okay, I'll hold it still for you. Well, then they went pop. She opened the door, and because he sits directly in front of his door, like, say this is the door, he sits right here. He faces this way, of course, so because he plays his game. And now me and Jace, we respected each other. We respected each other's privacy. I wouldn't go into his room without consent. He wouldn't go into my tent without consent, or whatever. Anyways, by the way, I will be using this for blush because I don't have any. But anyways, yeah, she opened it right in front of him, to the point where it'd be like he'd see me. Or whatever, and I mean, like, I'm ruining my face right now, but do I care? No, because I'm gonna blend it in and make it look like contour. Anyways, let me get my beauty blender real quick. But like I was saying, she opened the door and like, oh, this looks like shit. I just ruined my brand new beauty blender. But yeah, open the door, whatever. Like, he saw me, and because he heard me scream, like, he looked to the side real quick, and then he turned, because he knew what was happening. Well, me and him stayed quiet about it for the next few months. But in the process of it happening, Jamie had grabbed my hand, because I had ran into their room to get my shirt and put it on. Jamie was grabbing my hand and trying to pull me out. Keep in mind, this girl's 2 years younger than me and strong. Now, Jessie was a year older than me and incredibly strong. And let's just say, Jace was 4 years older than me and had way more respect to me than they did. But yeah. Like, me and Jay stayed quiet about it for the next few months, and I tell you what, those next few months were sheer torture, because they were like awful to me. I have a perfect wing. I don't think I've ever done that before. But oh, this is brand new. It's already filthy. Oh, I'm starting to sound like Levi Ackerman. Anyways. And eventually I told my aunt about it, and like my aunt was like, for the sake of the video, we'll call my aunt Nami. By the way, I might have to make a part 2 about this. For the sake of the video, we will call my aunt Nami. Nami was my best friend, my aunt. I lived with her. And she was like, oh my gosh, you need to tell their stepmom. I'm gonna have to make a part 2 because my time's almost out. Bye.